Everyone. Sorry I'm a little late. I just got done with the Magical Monday call. I'm always a little bit, couple minutes off, so just whenever you're able to jump on. Oh, thank you. Okay, sorry about that. I've been talking for an hour, so I needed a little water. Okay, so on the leadership call today, I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that was shared. It helped me, and I hope it helps you. Really fast, just a disclaimer. Every Monday I get on here, I look like I rolled out of bed. It's Mondays are my really busy days, and I just literally shower and put some comfy clothes on because I have so many things I'm doing, and it's not comfortable to be all dressed up and stuff. And this is real, so this is what I do on Mondays, and this is what I look like. So I felt impressed to say that because some people may, a lot of people are inspired by people that, get ready every day, which is actually a really good thing. It's a good system to get yourself ready for work every day, especially if you are do Scentsy full time from home. But the speaker was Shelley Eldridge. She's been a superstar director for, I think she said, like 13 years, and has been with Scentsy for longer. I don't remember how long, but she's awesome. So I just wanted to share these things with you that, they resonated with me, and hopefully they will with you guys. So one thing she talked about is making a list. There are so many things that need to go on in this business and that can go on in your business, that if we don't make a list of daily, weekly, and monthly actions of what needs to be consistently done repetitively, there's going to be actions that are missed. And I am guilty of that. I have lists that are made up. Where did I put that specific? I still haven't been able to put my office together in the way that I'd like it to. I think it fell. Oh, here it is. Okay. So every day, I've shared this with you guys before, but if you're newer to the page, you may not have seen it. So I'm just going to give you an example. I have a list of things I do the first week of every month. I have things that I do on Mondays, and then I also, like, each day, and then I have things that I do monthly. Okay, so a lot of the things that I do, like, on a certain week in the month, those are usually my monthly actions. And but I always leave a day for me to just kind of fill in what didn't get done. Okay, so if you haven't done that with your business yet, of literally write down what you do in your business, and then on another column, write down how often it has to happen, when it has to happen, and then look at your calendar to be able to decide when that is going to happen and how. Are you, what type of method are you going to utilize or system to make that specific action complete and get results with that? But here's the thing, guys. I want you to know that they always say it takes a while to create a habit, right? You hear all different things from different books, 30 days, 21 days. You hear all these people. I think it's different with everybody. It's basically, it takes as long as you decide it's going to take, okay? And until you make that decision, it's going to take a while. So you can create a list of everything you do every day, every week, every month. But then you're going to have to, it's going to be a learning curve of actually utilizing it. Taking the list and sitting down and going down the list to do it. Because it doesn't matter if the list is there. If you don't schedule time when you're going to pick up that piece of paper or on your phone checklist and say, I'm putting my head down in my desk and I'm tackling these to-do lists. Because again, there's so many systems out there that you can implement. They always say the one that you do is the one that's good, that's going to work, right? And that's the 100% true. So I had to go through different styles of checklists to figure out what works for me. So I like to go through each month and check it off physically, but I like to have a record of it in my binder, so I know what got done and what didn't. So when I have to stop in the middle of recognition, or follow up with clients, or following up with consultants, or whatever, I know where I left off and I can start from there, because that happens all the time. I'm sure you've noticed, if you're a leader in the business, you've noticed that you can have a plan for your day and things just pop up, right? Out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, now what I mean by pop up, somebody texts you and they're talking to you about placing an order, and you're getting their order and you're getting their payment, you're getting all this stuff. And that took you 30 minutes that you thought you were going to had your head down working on your checklist, right? So you have to be able to be flexible, okay? But the checklist helps you kind of redirect and refocus and get you back to where you left off, because you're always going to be sidetracked in this business. Unless you are very, very strict and disciplined, which sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I will turn my phone over and I don't even look at my phone, so I don't get those text messages until I'm done. But sometimes it's just there and I don't think to do it because my mind isn't like as disciplined that day. So I share these things because I want you guys to know that, I'm a mess most of the time. And I've just been doing it so long that I know how to scramble it together and get it done eventually. It may be really late, it may be right on time, and it's all different. It just depends on what's going on in my life. And that's pretty much what's probably similar to you, because your business has to work around your life, right? Your home, because it's in your home. And that's why we all signed up, is to be able to work around everything else. Now, I will tell you, if you move your business into an actual business that you're relying on this specific income, you do have to be more disciplined and things have to get done. Certain things just have to, or you don't get paid, and you don't get paid what you're expecting to get paid. So once you shift into that mindset and move your business there, then you do have to get a little bit more structured. And that's why for me, it's harder for me to handle that I'm behind on things, because I have so many tasks to do. But if your checklist isn't as big as mine, then you're going to be able to shift that to the next day or in the morning instead of the night and all that, and still get things done. So she talked about having a checklist. All right. And it could be digital. It could be a piece of paper. It could be, I use Evernote with the checklist and then I print it out. She uses Google Sheets for her list. I love that because Google Sheets you can access from anywhere. I can also access my app, but it just depends on what you're comfortable with. She uses Project Broadcast. She uses Visually. She uses Amy. And what I was talking about on my other call, the Magical Monday, with the entire group, is that these are considered resources, okay? These are resources to free up your time, to maximize your impact, and to help you implement money-making activity. But you have to use the resources in order to be resourceful, okay? So the goal is to be resourceful, so you can constantly be growing your business and your resources. But if you're not utilizing them, then you're not being resourceful, right? So ask yourself, did you sign up to Project Broadcast or Visually or Amy and you never use it? So it's a waste of money. It's a waste of time, right? So maybe those type of resources aren't for you, or at least right now, because I'm going to tell you, these have been around for a while, but I just started using Project Broadcast because it wasn't for me until now. Visly, I signed up, but I haven't implemented as much as I need to, and I now want to. I wasn't there yet in my mind. And then Amy, I've been using it for about off and on for about 4 years now, but I still never use it consistently because I do my own follow-up system, but I still, when I need to just get things done and I'm not in my office, I use that app to just go through a bunch of people and just say, okay, I need to knock this out. She shared about a quote. Everybody always requotes Orville because he's amazing. Simplicity is not easy, and that's what the name of this live is about. Because the reason why simplicity isn't easy is because to keep things simple sometimes are harder than to not, because you want to do more, because you want it to be pretty, or you want them to, you want to put more time into it because your heart wants to, but you don't have the time. So keeping it simple sometimes is harder than not keeping it simple, because when you don't keep it simple, you're doing all the things and you feel more like you're getting more done because you're doing more, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be more, it's money making activity. It doesn't mean it's actually give you results. So I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to get at. So simplicity is not easy. Okay, so our business is simple, but it's not easy. It's, you'll get tremendous results from it, and you will be able to impact other people's lives and your own in ways that no other type of industry can. But it's not easy. It's not for everybody. So you have to decide if you're that kind of person. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a leader, and if you don't have the skills right now, what skills do you need to develop? I shared that also in the call, but this is definitely towards leaders, is that if you don't feel like a leader, you don't feel like you have leadership skills, why? What area do you need to grow in? And what are those skills that you need to develop? Because here's the thing, guys, people aren't born with all the knowledge. The things that I do, I didn't click join and know all the things that I'm doing now. No, I had to learn those skills. And most of the time, trial and error, and by falling hard on my face. But what I did differently that other people don't is I got back up, and I still get back up, and I still fall on my face when I try new things, or even things that I just haven't done in a while, because repetition is what gets the real results, right? So if we haven't done it enough, then we don't get the confidence. So I was thinking, I don't know what training I was listening to or conference or book I was reading, I don't know, but brought me back to when I first joined. I had so much repetition, you guys. I went from my launch party to my first party booked the Tuesday after my launch party, which was Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I had 3 days to prep for it, okay? And I went from my launch party to that party to doing 2 parties a day. 2 parties, you guys, and that wasn't just Facebook. I was in people's homes planning with the materials and, packing everything up and unpacking it and, doing everything. I had so much repetition. I was doing what most consultants probably have done in their entire career. I did in the first month of my business. That's how many parties I had. So I was doing it so much that I built a muscle. And so I learned skill just from the repetition that I didn't even realize I was building, okay? So repetition builds momentum, and the momentum is what built the business, was built, what helped me, repetition of not leaving without getting another party booked, not leaving without finding my next team member. That was repetition. That was results that I was looking for. That was intention. And because of that, I got tremendous results. It didn't mean I didn't get rejection. It just, I only focused on the positive. I moved forward every time I got rejected. Okay, next person, next person, next person. So today I also did, she talks about, she really fast. I didn't take much notes, but it started what I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I also did another training outside of Scentsy that is for business entrepreneurship that I wanted to share with you guys. But really fast, Shelly talked about the Vs.Convenience. A lot of us stop because we feel like, oh, I have to learn this whole new program. That's me, you guys. I do not like learning new technology stuff. I don't. It's hard for me. But I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to try. But she reminded me that everybody has codes for everything they're doing, and they'll share it with you. So if you want to be a part of Project Broadcast, there's a Facebook page about it. There's a Vs.Convenience Facebook page, and you can get all these codes that people have set up systems already, so you don't have to create them. So don't reinvent the wheel. It's a new program technically to Scentsy, these programs in the last few years, but it's already been laid enough, the road, that you don't have to reinvent the wheel and lay a new path, okay? So these are 11 tips that I wanted to share with you that, if you've ever heard of Dean Graziano, I think that's how you say it. He is a entrepreneur. He started out with real estate. Now he's a partner with Tony Robbins. You guys have known me for a while. You know I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins. I'm in that community, so I get all this training and emails and texts and resources of all this free stuff. And so I participated in one of the programs today that was a Facebook Live. And so he talked about the 11 tips of being successful in business. So I'm going to share them with you today. So number 1 was be resourceful. I already talked to you guys about that. And so if you don't have a skill in a certain area, but you know somebody that does, reach out to them. If you see somebody doing something that you think is good and you want to do that, reach out to them and say, hey, I want to know how you learn this, how you do this. What books have you read? What programs have you taken? Blah, blah, blah. Ask them questions and be resourceful. Don't wait around for people to give you the answers and the tools. You have to go for it. Nobody's ever told me, that's a lie. My sponsor, when I first joined, I clicked join, I called her and I said, okay, I joined, what next? What do I do? She said, get on the Saturday call. That'll start you off with some training. So that was the best advice she ever gave me. And so she directed me to a tool and I responded. I took it. I could have said, oh, okay, well, I don't know, I don't have time for that, blah, blah, blah. But I said, okay, if that's what you're telling me I need to do, then I need to do it. And I made the time. Again, I had a 15-month-old running around and an almost 3-year-old. So, and I was by myself. My husband was military and he wasn't home at the time, with no friends and family. And so I could have said a lot of reasons why I couldn't sit on a training call. Okay. But I was resourceful and I utilized what was available. I put them on speakerphone, and then I found some earbuds and I listened when I was washing dishes, when I was mopping the floor, when I was giving kids baths. I was listening to training calls. And then as soon as they went to bed, I would stay up hours training myself. So I'm sharing with you guys these things because if you want your business to grow, you want your business to become an actual business that people respect, people rave about, and that you can rely on that income. That's a business that you could say, I know I'm going to at least get this every month, this is what pays my bills, this is what pays, this is what I do. You have to become resourceful. You can't wait around for your sponsor to tell you. Now, I took the step, you guys. I called her. She didn't call me. I said, hi, I just joined. What is my first step? What do I do? Then she directed me. If I never called, I don't know if she would have ever said anything to me, if she would even text me or called me. I don't know that, because I took the bull by the horns and I took the wheel. Okay, so don't wait for your sponsor, your upline, to tell you what book to read or what training call to watch. You need to be resourceful and decide, where do I need to grow in my skill level? And then you need to reach out to them. If you need help, I talked about this again on the call earlier, that we can't do this. You can't do it by yourself. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You do need support. Because even if it's just bouncing an idea off of somebody, sometimes, like, I think out loud, so I just need to talk to somebody. I'm not necessarily looking for an answer from them. I just need to talk it out so I can hear what I'm thinking, and then I usually answer my own question. So, and that's usually what the people I reach out to, it's, yes, they give me advice sometimes, but normally it's just so I can go, oh, okay, now I know what I'm going to do because I just talked it out with you. That's it. So be resourceful. Utilize the people around you, your upline, people that you look to as successful. Reach out to them, read their books, join their group pages, all that stuff, but then implement what you learn. Use the resources to become resourceful. Number 2, choose courage and faith over fear. Move forward even if you're scared. So basically, write down courage over fear. So when you think about it, when you are fearful, you doubt that it's possible. There's a doubt, right? So courage is stepping out of your comfort zone. They talk about a lot, 15 minutes of courage, of you're not letting yourself, 15 seconds, sorry. You're not letting yourself talk yourself out of it. You're not thinking about what if, because if you start doing what ifs, you're never going to do it. Okay? So if you have somebody that's on your mind about giving the business opportunity to, if you sit around and ask yourself, and think about all the what ifs happen, you're going to talk yourself out of it. You have to just go. Pick up the phone and go, or package up that possibility packet and mail it, and not think about it. Just do it. Courage over fear. Okay. Number 3, regret. What's the cost of not? So think about the regret that you'll have if you don't take action now. I can't tell you how many people are in this business that have been in it for years and say, I wish I took more action sooner. I can't believe I've been in this business for this long and haven't gotten further. They have regrets. And you don't want to live with regret, okay? Ask yourself, what kind of investments have you made in your business? Have you invested in your business? And some of the ways you can invest is, do you invest in time? I'm just going to throw this out here, guys. I'm on Facebook Live, which everybody's on Facebook, but not one person is watching live. And I don't know how many people we have in this group, but there's a good amount, and not one person is looking to receive information. Nobody's taking the opportunity that's right now. Okay? And I know it probably stings with a lot of you, like, well, I was at work and I was this and blah, blah, blah. But out of every single person, I know there's people live on their Facebook right now, but they're not on this. So that means that you don't want it bad enough. Because you have to be so hungry to want to get every ounce of information so you can find what you need in order to make your business happen and go to where you want it to go. So ask yourself, am I going to regret one day for not taking action, or for the time that I didn't put into it? You're the only one that can answer that. Okay. Number 4 is expense over investment. So when you think about, I was talking about Visly and Project Broadcast and Amy and, different training opportunities that you have that maybe you do have to, or even like just buying a book. If you look at everything as an expense and not an investment, you're not going to move forward very fast. Okay? So here's the thing. There's an income potential in this business that is far greater than any job you can obtain. I don't care how much level of education you have, how many degrees you have. There is not one job position that you can have that you can make more than the position that you have as a Scentsy consultant and leader, if you invest in the right ways. And investing is putting your time in the right places, meaning making time for training, making time to implement what you learn, and not looking at all the things that you need to make your business work better, more effective, being able to reach more people at one time. And also, you have to think about it. It frees your time up to do more in other places, so you can work your other job if you have one, or focus on other things that is important to you. So instead of looking at, and I'm just using this as an example, instead of looking at all these apps as a expense, look at it as an investment for your business to grow. Number 5 is choose to say no more. Okay, so we always say go for the no. This is, it's kind of the same, but it's on a different concept. Basically, how are you spending your time? How are you spending your money? And if you really want to grow your business and grow as a leader, you have to ask yourself, how am I spending my time and my money? Where am I putting it? If I'm telling myself I can't afford an app that's going to help my business follow up more consistently and reach out to my clients to book parties and talk about business opportunities, if I'm telling myself that I can't afford it, but I'm spending money on the newest eyeshadow, which is your prerogative, totally, but you have to ask yourself, is a $50 new makeup set from a famous person more important? And I'm just using an example, you guys. I'm not saying that's what you use, but I'm saying that, you always tend to find money where you want it, where you want something. So if you're not finding money to invest in those things that are going to help your business, then you don't want it that bad. It's just plain and simple. So sometimes you have to say no more often in order to get results somewhere else. So no, I'm not going to, go to, you just have to ask yourself, how do you spend your time? No, I'm not going to go and watch Netflix for 3 hours. I'm going to watch training for 3 hours. No, I'm not going to go out, and go swimming with everybody because that sounds fun, because I haven't done the things I need to do with my business. Those are what successful entrepreneurs do. They make choices. They say no to things that aren't money-making activities, and they say no to things that aren't bringing them closer to their goals. Number 6, commitment over convenience. So again, that can be the same type of example, is that, if your commitment level is to the level of convenience, then you're not stepping out of your comfort zone, you're not growing. So I work my business when people call me and ask me for an order. I sponsor people when they tell me they want to join. That's commitment, that's convenience over commitment, right? So commitment is, I'm going to do the actions that is required in this business every single week, every single month, whether I get a yes or a no. So the commitment is, I am going to have join conversations. I am going to have hosting conversations. I'm going to follow up with my clients. I'm going to train my team and connect with them in some way. Those are examples. And this is how I'm going to do it. This is when I'm going to do it. Instead of, I help my team when they call me. They know they can ask me anything. I hear that all the time, you guys. I'm sorry if you are one of the people that told me that. It's hard to tell you when when you're talking to somebody and your mindset is there. Oh yeah, they know they can call me. Unfortunately, you guys, they don't pay you the amount of money that this business has the potential for, so you can conveniently make money. There's work involved. There's a lot of blessings involved and a lot of freedom involved as well, but there's a lot more commitment and work than if you go and punch in and go to a job and come home. I'm not knocking brick and mortar jobs. I know a lot of you have, really intelligent, brains and have gone to school for a long time for a lot of cool degrees, and you have great jobs. And I'm not belittling that in any way, because you have a lot of knowledge you can put into your business if you want to. But I will say that entrepreneurs, the difference between an entrepreneur and somebody that goes to school and, gets the job that they go to school for, is that they start from scratch. And here's the thing, there's also a similarity. I just thought in my head, I just realized you started from scratch too. You started from graduating high school, then deciding to go to college and investing in that whatever it costs to go to college, knowing that eventually you'll be making money and be able to pay back that loan. Well, guess what? $99, that's the loan level that you have. And you can make a profit from after you click join. And you need to be sharing that with your team members. Number 7, living easy is the hard way. Living simple is the hard way. So it's easier to do all the things, because then you're covering all your bases. And whether you know what is working or not, it's just easier that way. I'm just going to do it all and then it's done. It's harder to keep it simple and easy, because it's a human natural way. We all complicate things, right? So it's actually harder to live simple and keep your business simple, because we are always worried, well, what if I don't do this, or everybody does that? What if I don't get the result that everybody else does? So there's more discipline involved in keeping your business simple and your leadership simple. It's easy to do all the things and look like you have your flying colors leader and you're doing all these amazing things. I could do a lot more than I do, but I don't, because I don't want you to think that it's not duplicatable. And that's the mindset that you have to have in order to grow your organization. Everything you do has to be duplicatable, so it has to stay simple. Okay? You can, like I said, you could make it all big and flying colors and be the leader of the year of doing all these things, but people are going to be looking at you and saying, I can't do that. There's probably nothing that I do that you guys don't say that you could do if you want to. If you made the decision that you wanted to be a leader and you wanted to grow your business, you know that what I do, you can do. It's duplicatable. And if you don't know how I do it, I'm able to explain it easily. It's not complicated. It's when we make things complicated is when things get hard. Number 8. Oh, let me finish with number 7. So, you have to make decisions now, meaning schedule it. He put that in the living simple. Is if you need to do something, it's great to say I need to do it, but you have to take the action and do it. Schedule it in your phone, in your calendar, in your planner, whatever it is. You have to schedule it in order for it to get done. If things aren't scheduled in my life, it doesn't happen. And that's why sometimes I'll have a coaching call and I scheduled it on the wrong day or something, and it doesn't happen because it's not on my calendar. So I make mistakes. I'm human. But schedule it. What are you procrastinating doing? Put it in your calendar, plug it in where you need it to get done, and get it done. All right, number 8, who will run the show? You have to decide. You have to decide who's going to make this work. You, or are you going to wait for somebody else to make it work for you? Because if you're waiting for somebody else, it's not going to happen. You have an upline, you have a support system, but if you don't make the initiative to show up and to connect with your upline and say, I need help, I want the coaching, I need the support, whatever, you're not running your show. You're not determining where your business is going. Number 9, first step is the hardest. I can tell you that is so true. I've had to make the first step a lot of times, over and over and over and over in this business, and in my life especially. And I know that you guys can relate in some way, even if you're a brand new leader, or you might be brand new to the business and you're already a lead consultant. Think about the first step in something that was hard. The first step for me recently is just making the commitment to hire a personal trainer because I need to get healthy. I have so many health issues, and it all boils down to my exercise, lack of exercise, lack of commitment to eating right, and just my commitment to health. And because of that, I have a domino effect of other health issues. So I have so many other health issues that I don't have the ability to be unhealthy. Like, I struggle if I don't keep myself healthy. So the first step for me was just to make that decision and reality that I need help. I can't do this by myself. I've tried, I'm strong, I'm disciplined in a lot of areas, but that area I'm not. And a good entrepreneur or leader recognizes where their weaknesses are, and they ask for help. And it took me a lot of training and a lot of beating over my head to realize that that's an area that I need help in. I need help in a lot of areas. I get support, I have mentors, I have business coaches, I have all these people for all these different areas in my life. And that's how I'm able to help other people, because I get help myself. And I'm able to transfer that information and that knowledge and that experience onto them. Number 10, you're certain and stronger than anyone else. So what that means is that if you decide that you are that person that's gonna make it happen and gonna be at the top and gonna make that income, then it's going to happen, because you have to realize that you're stronger than you realize, and that you have more abilities than you realize. Until you make that determination, you're going to be in a spinning wheel and wondering why your business hasn't grown, or why you haven't love you too. Why you haven't achieved the goals that you're seeking, whatever that may be. You haven't gotten to the next level in the business. You haven't broken that threshold of a paycheck that you've been looking for, whatever that may be. And the number 11 was model what you're learning. This is the most important one. Well, they're all important, but this is very important. You can have all the knowledge in the world, you guys. You can have read all the books. You could show up to all the training calls. You could be involved, whatever. You could be the encyclopedia of being a Scentsy consultant, leader, business owner. But if you don't implement it, it's worth nothing. It's worth nothing. So you have to model what you're learning. If you're learning certain things and they're saying you need to be organized, you need to do this, whatever, you have to try it. You can't tell yourself, oh, I can't do that. Because the second you tell yourself you can't, you're right, you can't. Because you've already cut yourself off. So if you are learning something that you feel that you can't model, then that's where you need to grow your skill level. That's where you need to focus on growing in skill. I suggest for you to ask for support. And I'm not saying your upline is going to do the training for you, but they may direct you to the right resource. whether it's a book or a video or an article or whatever, a person that they think that you would be good with connecting with. So a lot of what we do is about stories, you guys. We heard that with World Tour last year. If you're telling enough stories and you're relatable, you're going to make a big impact. You're gonna grow your team. You're gonna have hostesses. You're gonna have clients that are raging fans. This is something they said in the training today. It says the vulnerability of the message in the middle is the strength and the most attractive. So you may feel like your messiness or your lack of knowledge or lack of skill or whatever is embarrassing to share because you're not there yet. It's you in the process of learning is what's attractive, is what's relatable. So if you're sharing, this is my journey, this is where I'm going, this is where I want to go, and this is where I'm going to be, but this is where I'm still learning. It shows people that they can do that too. Because if you're all polished and everything looks perfect and you know all the answers, that's not as relatable, is it? So share the stories, share your journey, share the different processes you're going through in your business. That's going to help you grow your team. That's going to help you help your team grow your team and grow their businesses, because your business isn't going to grow if your team's businesses aren't growing, right? And so know that vulnerability is actually a strength. So share the things you don't know. I'm actually going to post on this page the different quotes that they talked about, which are really powerful that I want you guys to think about. And you guys can share them on your team pages, your VIP pages for just Motivational Monday or whatever you guys do. I want to share this one though. It says, strive for excellence, not perfection. That was huge for me because we, in Scentsy, especially our group, we talk about you don't have to be perfect to be powerful. But when you think about striving to be excellent, the excellence in your business, it means you're striving to better yourself every day. That's what it is. It's not being perfect. It's just you're trying to do better every day. You know, you had a conversation that went really well, but how can it be better in my next conversation? How could it have gone better? What could I have done differently? So this has gone a lot longer than I anticipated. There was a lot of information to share. This is a lot of information. I'll have to share this on next week's. But I hope this was helpful. I hope it gives you a lot to think about, and that you utilize what you think about, what you learned, and start implementing it and start being resourceful. All right, guys, have a fabulous week. Happy Magical Monday, and love you guys.